Hey everyone, this is Robin Pike with Crafty Stamper, and today I have three beautiful cards, I think, that I want to show you. And I think they just turned out really great. And this is using the Lily of the Valley stamp set, and I used the paper also. And I think that turned out really pretty. I love the soft colors in here, and then we've got some yellows on here. And we don't have a yellow ribbon that I know of. I didn't see one, I don't believe, but I'm going to show you how I got the yellow ribbon. So stay tuned for that. And then the inside of this one looks like this right here. And I think they're just so cute. They're so pretty. But let me show you a little bit about the stamp set. Let's move the paper out of the way. And so this is the stamp set right here. It's the Lily of the Valley. And I don't have a lot of my things in here, a lot of my stamps, because I'll be using those when I'm showing you how to make the card today. And then here are the dies here. And it's been a really good stamp set to work with. I've enjoyed it. I love the colors. I love the sayings in this. I think they're really good. And I love that to one of the nicest people I know. I think that's a good saying and true. So anyway, and then they're so grateful for you. So this has got some good sayings in it. And like I said, the stamp set and the dies are just really good. I enjoyed working with it. I'll also be using this embossing folder, exposed brick. I like it. It's one of my go-tos. I've got some of the newer ones, but I wanted to use this one on this stamp set today. And so let's move that out of the way. And then here's the beautiful paper. Let's see, the name of it is Valley in Bloom. And look at the pretty colors in here. Oh, they're just like, it's really not doing it justice on here looking at, you just need to look at them in person. They are gorgeous. So vibrant. And I love all of the colors in this. Isn't that beautiful? Then there's the back side. It's got some really nice papers. And I love this. Don't be afraid to cut that paper up. You can make, you can do the 6x6 sheets, get 4 out of it here and create 4 beautiful cards, or you can trim it on down some more and get more cards out of it. So don't be afraid to cut your paper up. And I like this too. I like this and this. I'm going to have to work with that and come up with something for it. I like the more vibrant colors, I guess, for the stamp set, but I want to use the other too. And I like this. So I'm going to have to come up with something for it. And then, so that's the papers here. Let me move that way. And then this also is more papers that you can get with the set. And it is Luxe White 12x12 Designer Series paper. And this is what it looks like. And you can color on this. You can get your Stampin' Blends and color on it. Or not Stampin', well, you could do your Stampin' Blends, but your brushes and your stamp pads. And then you can have a lot of fun with that. But there's 3 different designs in here. And I think you get 3 each. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. No, it looks like 4. Looks like you get 4 each of it. Let's read what the back of it says if it tells me. It doesn't say, but it looks like there's 4 in there of each. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started on our cards today. And also, if you place a $50 order with me, let's see, today is Wednesday, so I'm going to give you till Sunday. And if you place a $50 order with me, I will be sending these kits out to you as a thank you for purchasing from me. And so this is the card here that we'll be making from this. And this is the way your kits will come. I'll already have everything cut and scored for you, and you'll get your little envelope with it. Now, the only thing I can't do is I can't stamp for you. So you'll have to, come up with your own sentiments. You won't, but you will have the little piece in here for your sentiment. Let's make sure. Looks like it's hiding in the envelope. So, but it will come with everything. And I will put this in there because, no, actually, let me tell you about it. Now, I could send this without stamping it, but it's not going to do you any good. So, but I am going to show you how to put it together. And then what you can do is a $50 purchase to get my kits here that I'm showing you today. And so, but go out to the online store. Right now is a perfect time to order because we have the double rewards going on right now. So you can't beat that. I mean, that is super good. So, so if you're needing something, and maybe you already have this set, and if you do, that's great. Order you something else for, with the $50, and it has to be $50 before you use anything, before tax and shipping, and even after the rewards are used. So just make sure you put $50 in there, and I will be sending these kits to you. So let's go ahead and let's get started. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this together here. Let's see. I'm going to open this up and give it a good crease. And then I'm going to put some glue on this. And I'm going to put it all over my hand before I get started. Look at what I did. Oh, me. Okay, and we're going to put this on here. And then this is just going to be popped up on dimensionals. Now I'm going to be all sticky for the rest of the cards that I'm going to be making. Might as well go ahead and start out sticky because that's the way it always ends up, isn't it? And I like to use a lot of dimensionals because I don't want my card to sag in the center. If you're giving somebody something, don't skimp. Put your thing out there so it looks good. You don't want it to be, you don't want to give it to them and then it start falling apart. That would be embarrassing. All right, so let's just get this on here even. Okay, that looks good there. Happy with that. Okay, and then we're going to take this, and then we've got this right here. Now, if you notice, move this out of the way. If you notice, on this one, it's got the little blue around it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the blending brush here, and I'm going to take the Pretty Peacock paper. And this is what you're going to want to do. I said paper, Pretty Peacock stamp set. And then we're just going to ink this up here. And we're going to go over it, just brush over it very lightly. And you want to leave a little bit of lighter color as you see up in here. I've got it darker around the edges. So let's go ahead. Let's kind of start inking this up. We're just going to go over it very lightly up in there. Just with a light hand. And then let's go a little bit darker down in here. And if you want to go darker up in here, feel free. It's your card, and so you do whatever you like. But I wanted to just to give it, leave it a little, lighter so it didn't all look like the same color. That was my thought process on it, but there's no wrong way to do it. Okay, so I'm going to rub on that just a little bit more, just kind of blend it in. Okay, I'm happy with that. And then I'm going to take my blends and I'm going to get my bone folder and I'm going to put some splatters on here, and I'm going to move all of this out of the way because I don't want to get my splatters all over my other things that I want to keep white. So here I'm just going to tap down this, and you see the little splatters going on it. Don't have to do too many. I think that looks good right there. So I'm going to stop. And I'm going to put my lid back on. And then that's what we have here. All right. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to add it to my pretty peacock paper that I just had out here that I don't see. Let's see what I did with it. Oh, me. Well, wonder where it is. Let's see. Maybe this is it. Yes. Okay. And I can lose things so quick. Okay, let's take the glue, and we're going to put the glue on here. Just going to glue this on here. See, that just gives it a little added interest to it. Okay, and let's get the glue dots because we're definitely going to want to put this up on dimensionals. And we're just going to take the scissors and we're just going to cut these. And we're going to line them up through here. And then I'm going to put one more in the corner there. Let's see, we'll go this one right here. Okay. Give them a good press. Then we're going to pull off the backing. And then we're going to center this on here. And that looks good to me. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to color this. And the way I did it, I went through first, let's see, I used the light pool party and kind of hit the tips of it. And then I used the light Blackberry Bliss to get this. But I'm going to show you how I stamped the image first, because I think that's important too. Because when you get ready to put this together, and if you do decide to get the stamp set, or if you already have it, then this will kind of help you. But I did take our Stampin' Positioner here. I've already got this laid out. And so I need to get, let's see if I've got a piece here. So we're just going to put this basic white piece of cardstock here. And I'm going to hold it down, little magnets, and then we're just going to ink this up. And I am using the new stamp pad that we have, the basic black, and it is a hybrid. I don't know if you've heard everything about our changes, but they're going away with the Memento and the StazOn. And then this is a combination of both of them. And you're supposed to be able to get color with it and use the Stampin' Blends. I haven't watercolored with it yet, but it's worked fine, you know, with me for the Stampin' Blends. So, okay. So, see, there I got a good image, but it's not a real crisp image. So if I was using a block, I would probably not, it would probably look like that. And so, but with this, we can go ahead, we can ink it up again, and then put it back on there and get us a good, nice, crisp image. We're just going to press that down. And there we go. That looks a lot better. Isn't that a good image there? So the Stampin' Positioner, if you don't have it, is really a good tool. I really enjoy working with it. And it makes everything simple. And then what you're going to do from this point, let me go ahead and cover this up because I don't want to stick my fingers in it. Okay. From that point, you're going to take this die here and you're just going to line it up over this and make sure, I'm going to show you this up close if I can. You want to see this little dot here. You want to make sure that it's going over the little black piece in there. You see how that's got the black in it? So we're going to keep that there, and then we're going to move this around to where it's going over our image. And that looks pretty good there. And then from there, I just use my tear and tape, put it on there, and run it through the machine. And then I get this right here. Okay. So from here, we're just going to do a little bit of coloring. And like I said, I just took, and I think I used the big end here, the big tip. And let me move this over here. I'll be looking for this in a minute. And I just went around the bottoms of them. The bottom, I just kind of, kind of went around through here like this. Just a very light hand all the way around them. Just to give it a little color. Have you had your eyes on this set? Do you like it? Or I'd like to know. Leave me a comment. Let me know. Let me know what you think about this set. I think it's a beautiful set. Okay, so we've got that done there. I think I got all of them. Looks like it. Okay, and then we're going to take the light Blackberry Bliss, and we're just going to barely touch it because it will just go on there really dark. And we're just going to barely kind of go around through here. Just touch just right up in here. I'm going to pull that up closer so you can see it. See, we're just getting those little tips there. It doesn't take much either. Real light strokes. It's very pigmented inside. It doesn't take much, I tell you. Now I did use some sayings from this stamp set too, but I also used some from the from some of my other stamp sets. But you'll be able to use whatever you have in stock. And I'm going to take the Pool Party, and I'm just going to kind of go up through here. I think these are supposed to be leaves, and I'm just going to match it with our color scheme we have going on. Okay, so we can put those aside. And now I've got this. And I just went ahead and glued this down. Make sure that all of these are poked out, that you poke all of these little pieces out because they can get stuck in there. Or if you decide that, you have another stamp set. Oh, I see one that I missed that you want to use right here. That one was hiding from me. Okay. Then you sure can. You can put something else in there if you don't, if you don't have this set and want to use something else. But this is the set I'm working with this week, and I just thought it was just absolutely gorgeous. So, all right, and I'm just going to put it right in here. There's really no right place. The reason I decided to put it here, because I wanted it to kind of take up the middle space here and just kind of, and especially with the way it curves around, that's what made me decide to put it, you know, kind of over this way and let that one go out there, out that way. And then this one come in this way. And then we'll go ahead, and this is the ribbon that you'll receive, and there's 12 inches of it. And I just take my bow, I'll just create my bow. And this is actually cloud cover ribbon, but I thought it went really good with the colors that were in it. So I think it just kind of can turn to any type of color, really. You know, depending on what you've got, it just kind of just went with the color. I think it kind of blended in with it. Just gonna go ahead. Oh, those are not my good scissors. I could tell that was fixing to chew that ribbon up. Okay. And here we have our little bow. I may have to trim this like a little bit more, but we can do that. And then I need to get my glue dots, get that put down. And I just kind of placed it right up in here. I like this little area for it. And I'm going to put 3 on there, and that kind of holds down the bow too and keeps it from kind of moving around. And I sure don't want my bow to come off. So, okay, so we got that there. And then I need to get out my pretty peacock. And then, let's see, I'm going to be stamping just a note. Let's see if that's, is that what that one says? Yeah, that's what that one says. Okay. All right, and now we're going to get out our little banner. Okay. And I did pop that up on dimensionals. So let me go ahead and cut some of these out. And I placed those kind of close together. And I'm going to cut just a little small piece here. Kind of put it right here because there's going to be a section there of it, as you see over here, that kind of sits off. So, okay, so let's take the backings off here. Let's put that here. Make sure it's straight. Looks good. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, and you'll get these little dots here. And these are from, let me see if I can find it. Okay. I think it's Array of Dots. Yeah, Array of Dots. And that's the colors that you get in here. And so I just used them. Thought they turned out nice. Uh-oh, looks like I'm missing one. Winston got away from me. Oh, here it is over here. I guess with me moving everything around, it popped off there. So just be careful when you pull your the cars and stuff out of the envelope. They'll go around everywhere, and you don't want to lose one. Okay, so that's the finished card on the front. And now let's work on the inside and get it looking pretty. And so from here, let's see what I did. Okay, I didn't put a note inside, a sentiment, because it said just a note. So that could be anything, and you could just write something in there, you know, whatever it is that you're wanting to put. So here, I just glued this down and then glued the pretty peacock piece. I just glued it on there. And there is a correct way that these flowers go. As you can see, the little flowers are hanging down here. So just make sure that, you know, you do have them going the correct way. And that's crooked. Let's see if I can get that straightened out before it gets glued down. I did it. Okay, that looks better. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, so let's put this on here. Just put a little bit of glue on here, or you can glue it. We could have glued it down here, which I find sometimes works a little bit better, actually. I don't seem to make as much of a mess with it. And it looks like I have a little bit of hang off over here on this side. So let me see if I can just trim that up a little bit. Okay. So it looks like that got it. Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's our inside. And we're just going to put some glue on here, and then our first card will be finished. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's move these out of the way, and let's get our next one. Make sure there's not any embellishment down in there, because I should have some more. Trying to keep up with these is so hard. And I think I've got one more somewhere that should be here. Or maybe there's just two there. I don't know. We'll find out once we get going. Okay, so let's get this card out here. Then it's going to be this card here. So let's go ahead and let's start piecing this together. We're going to take these two pieces here and put them together. This is Granny Apple Green. That's one of the colors that's in the paper, which I think is absolutely gorgeous with this pretty peacock. Okay, and now we're going to take this piece. Isn't that beautiful? I just love that. Okay, and we're just going to put this on here. We're just going to kind of center it. And I think that looks pretty good. Okay. Now we've got our little circle, our peacock circle, pretty peacock, and then our white. And on the white, we're just going to stamp happy birthday on it. And on this particular one, as you see, it's one full stamp that goes all the way across. So I just took it because I didn't have enough room for it to go all the way across. And I wanted it to go up and down and fill up more space, more of the white space. So I just took it. See if we can, let's get over here more so you can see. It's like that light is shining on the block. So here, I just stamped up the happy. And then I just placed it right in here. Okay. And then I need to clean that off. Okay. And then we're going to stamp up the birthday. And this one is really easy to do. Sometimes they're a little close, but I think this one was perfect for doing this. Okay, and so here I'm just kind of going over this way with it. Okay, and there we have it. And I just try to line the H up with the P here and just kind of bring this over a little bit. And I think that worked out pretty good the way it's even going around through there. So I think that looks good. So let's go ahead. I just put glue on this. So let's glue this down. And then we'll go ahead and pop that up on dimensionals. Boy, sticky. Stick that one on there and stick one more. I should have spaced those out a little bit better, but I didn't. Okay, so let's take the backings off this. And let's see. Yep. Okay, got that one. All right, so let's put this. We're going to put it right in the center. And that looks good to me. I'm happy with that. Okay, and now we're going to take and put this on dimensionals. And then we'll go ahead and put it to the card. These cards come along fairly quickly, I think. Gosh, I am so sticky. And I don't know if you follow me on Facebook, but I'm at Crafty Stamper. That's what my business name is Crafty Stamper. And you can follow me on Facebook. And I have posted a class that I'm going to be having for May. And I'd like for you to go over and check it out and look at it. I'll have to show you my cards that I've made with it. And if you're interested, it's just my monthly card class kit to go. And I think it's just a really pretty set. And it's using Berry Burst, which is a very pretty color. Another bright color for springtime. Okay, so here I'm using Light Bubble Bath, and we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to lightly go over just the edges of it. It's kind of hard to see, but let's see if I can get closer with it. Well, it really doesn't show up there because it's so light, but it's there. It's pretty. All right, and from here, I've got Granny Apple Green or Lemon Lime Twist. And let's see, I think I may have used Granny Apple Green. It doesn't matter. Either one works good. So let's do the dark color first, and we're just going to kind of go over these little lines that the artist gives us. And that's all I do. And then just take the light and go over it. Just be careful around your pretty little flowers. I did color a piece of mine the other day, but I got the color lifter and it worked like a gem. So I didn't have to worry about that. Okay, so here, I just want this to come up right beside the B. Just kind of, it just fits in that little spot perfect, I think. And here, I just glued it down. Didn't use dimensionals on this. And I didn't glue all of the pieces down. I just wanted some of them to, let's see, to, you know, kind of, one of them is going to be kind of going off the edge anyway. So from here, just kind of do it like this. And then it just sticks to my hand because I tell you what, this glue has really got me sticky right now. I'm making a mess with it today, but the cards are pretty. Okay, and so here I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to wait on those. Let's see what I did. Here are these dimensionals here, and these are the clear ones that come in little ladybug set. I think they're beautiful. And I just put one down here and then put one up here because they look like little dewdrops. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's get the bow maker back out. Let's get our ribbon, and there's 12 inches of this that you will receive. Okay, I'm going to get me a wipe and get my hands cleaned off because I keep sticking to everything. And I'm getting glue all over the ribbon and everything else. Okay, maybe that will be better. Whew. All right. Let's try this again, see if we can't get a pretty bow out of this. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I don't know if you've ever used one of these bow makers. It's very simple. It's called a 10-second bow maker. And you just pull it, wrap it around and crisscross, and then go under that, bring it back over, and then tie your knot. And that's it. Makes it very simple. And it's good for creating these smaller bows like this. Okay. And as you see, I give you plenty of ribbon for your little bows. I'm going to cut these off. And I may have to make those shorter. Just depends on really how long you like your bows. You know, sometimes I like mine longer. It depends on what I'm doing, what I'm working on. On these, I thought they were cuter when they were shorter. Let's get the glue dots. But, you know, it's totally up to you. I give you plenty to work with. So, all right. And again, I'm just going to put 3 little glue dots on here. And I feel like that helps hold it on more. But if you like just using one, just use one. Totally up to you. All right. So I'm going to kind of twist this around here. I like to kind of puff up my little bows right here. And I do think I'm going to trim those up a little bit. Okay. And then from here, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to get our embellishments put on. And I'm going to put one right here. Then I'm going to put the smallest one, and that was a large one that I put there. I'm going to put the smallest one right up in here. And then I'm going to put the medium-sized one up here. You need to turn that just a tad, because I want that to be a little bit closer, I think. Let me see. Not that close. All right, right in there. And that one, of course, it doesn't want to lay in the right spot. And be careful with your ribbon because it will start fraying if you play with it too much. So, okay, I'm going to have to move that dot just a tad because the bow's kind of falling right there in the spot where you can't see it. And you'll just have to play with yours. Okay, so that's the finished card on the front. And now let's go to the inside. And the inside of this one, I stamped, let's see, may your day be filled with love and happiness. And I think I'm going to look at this and see if I can find it. This came from the Phrases and Frames, and this is the one that Susan Countfield created for reaching her 1,000,000 sales. Achiever. That's why it says Million Sales Achiever, Susan Campfield. And I think she did a great job because we all need different phrases and stuff. So I think these are great. And I hope they keep these around for a long time. So kudos to you, Susan. I appreciate this for thinking about all of us and how we need our sentiments. So, all right. So let's go ahead and let's get this one stamped in here. I hope you have this set, and if you don't, you should definitely put it on your list to get. Look at that. I love the way they have the different fonts. It just stands out. I love it. I think Step It Up's doing a really great job with using the different fonts and making it just look so pretty. Okay, so here we're just going to put this down, and then we're going to put this piece here down. And then we will be finished with our second project. Just put glue on it. And just run it right across here. Let's see if that's level on there. Looks like it needs to come down a tad bit more. I think that's pretty good. And now I'm going to put a little bit on here. And we're just going to put it right up against there. A little bit needs to be cut on that edge here. Now let's glue that. No. Okay, so that's our second project. Let's put that right over there. And I'm sorry if you hear our little dog. It's actually my mom's dog, but she hangs with me all the time. But she did. My mom lives with me. And so I did put her in the room with Mother while I was doing this video. So it sounds like she's wanting out. So Mother will probably be opening up the door here in just a minute to let her out. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's start on the third project. And we're going to put this on top of this. And I didn't emboss the white piece here because I didn't feel like there was that much of it that was seen. But, you know, if you have an embossing folder that you'd like to use, you know, you could definitely do that. Okay, so here, this is a piece of that Luxe white paper that we pulled out just a while ago that has this little bit in here. So let me show you what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to, let's see, I've got to find my brush that I used. Okay, there's that. Let me get the daffodil. All right, so here's the daffodil delight. And we're just going to rub it over here. I'm on a video, Mother. So you can't, I mean, it's fine that you come out. I was just letting you know that I was on the video. So let's go ahead. And let's put this down. I'm sorry, y'all. My little mother's 89 years old. So sometimes she gets a little confused. But I think she's doing pretty good to be 89. All right, so here we go. We've got this right here, and all I did was color that. Looks like I might need to color it a little bit more right there. All right, So here we're just going to put this on here. I'm going to close this back up. Okay. All right, we're just going to put this over here. I just thought that pop of yellow it helped and just give it a little something. Okay, so we've got that there. And then we've got these pieces here, and they're cut out of the same stuff. They're a little shiny. You can't really see that they've got any markings on them like you can with this, where you can see the lines in it. But anyway, but this is using, let me show you. It's using this piece here. That's how, and these come with the set, and that's how I got this. But what we're going to do is we're going to take our blending brush, and hopefully I can find it because I just lay everything everywhere. Oh, here it is. Yay me. Okay. And now I'm just going to lightly get that inked up, and we're just going to put this over that. And I tell you, this would be good. See how it's making these lines here? You know, you can make your own background with this because I think that looks so neat. All right, so this gives our color that I used over there. And I've got 2 of them, and they'll go around the sentiment. Okay. And then let's go ahead, well, I've got that out, and we'll go ahead and get the Thinking of You stamped. And it came out of the phrases and frames too that Susan Countfield created. All right, so let's get this put on here. And this cute little banner. Oh my goodness, it's adorable. Come out of the Winnie the Pooh set. Isn't that cute? Okay, so let's go ahead and let's put this up. We'll need it one more time for this sentiment, but let's just go ahead and let's see. We can put, those can go down. We've got that. We've got our sentiment done. Okay, so let's start with the ribbon. Okay, so here, like I told you just a little bit, I didn't have any Daffodil Delight ribbon. And so what I did, I took the cream color that we have. I think it's on the last chance list for like $4 or something. So anyway, and you can just color it any color that you want. So I took the, let's see what I've got, Dark Daffodil Delight. I put it on the big end, the big brush end. Just run it across here. Might should have used, it may have been the light Daffodil Delight I should have used. Or it may be because it dried. I did part of it because I didn't want you to have to see it through all of it. And it may lighten up. I'm not really sure. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. What I would do is use the light Daffodil Delight. So since I've already done that, I'm just going to kind of go over this. It's not going to look that great. I'm not going to like this. So don't do what I did. Use the light color because I like the light. It's springtime. I want it to be light. I want it to be dark. Okay, so let's get this out. And let's create our little bow. I hope it dries some, but I don't think it is. I'm going to look at this, and if they don't look good, I may have to get the ribbon back out and redo it because I just can't let that go. All right, let's cut this. Let's see what it will look like up there. It's dark. I don't like it. Okay. And let's work on some other things, and I'll come back to that. Okay, so from here, we're just going to take these pieces here. Now these you will get because they're not stamped. So you will get these pieces here. And I'm just going to take the light, Daffodil Delight. Now I'm going to do the same thing. We're just kind of going over this. Okay. And then use the lemon lime twist because all of it goes, so it doesn't really matter, you know, what you end up using. It's all some of the colors in there. So we're just going to go down through here and get that colored, and it should end up looking like this right here. Okay, now let's get the other one, and we're going to do the same thing. Okay, now let's see. And then we've got this one to color. It goes on the inside. Just going to go around and do the same thing with it. Let's see. There's my little yellow color. Okay. And I think I'm going to do the green apple green on this one. I'm going to do the big end here. Let's see. Let me see what I've got here. I've got dark, so I don't want the big end on this one. Use the bullet tip. I'm just going to kind of go over these lines here. Okay. Now we've got that. All right. Let's see. That. Now let's go back. Let me get this right up here. Hopefully, there you go. Okay. Let's do 12 inches of it and cut that off. And let's make sure we get the light. Okay. And we're just going to color our ribbon. So remember this little trick. A lot of you may already know it. I'm sure you probably do, but there may be some new people that don't. And sometimes we forget. You think you've got to have all the colors, but hey, if you don't, you know, then this is a good way to get the color that you need. Okay. So now that looks a lot better than this one. This one is really dark. It doesn't look that dark because of the lights I have in here. But it's very dark. All right, so let's get this little bow maker out and let's make our bow. Okay. And there our little bow is. Look at that. Isn't that cute? All right, so let's go ahead and let's start putting this together. So from here, we're just going to take these pieces we're going to put them on the back of this, and I'm going to use, if I can find it, a tape runner here. So I'm just going to take and just put some right here and put some right here. Put it on the top and bottom of it. And then we're just going to piece it on here like this. And that way it kind of comes up there. Same thing down here. I want something for that to anchor on. Okay, and then we're going to use our dimensionals and put those on here. Okay. And I played around with my flowers. I ended up cutting them off because they're so long, as you can see. And so I ended up cutting mine off. But now, you can do it ever how you want to. But this, I just kind of put right in here. I just kind of wanted this to go, kind of these little diamonds here to go on the little yellow piece I had underneath there. And then this is going to stick right up here. And we may have to do a little bit of lifting here after we put all that down to get what we want. There's that. I'm going to lift it up. And then this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut it off. And I actually cut a lot more of that off than on the first one. Let's see. See what this looks like. Because we can kind of play around with it, and we may want to do a little bit of different look. Who knows? This one I do want a little bit shorter than the other one. Okay. So I think that looks good there. I'm going to take a little bit of glue, and I'm going to put it on the back of this right here. Just kind of put it on the paper, and then glue that little flower down there. And that one I like kind of sitting up, I don't want everything to be flat to the paper. So I like to have a lot of it, sitting up when I can. And then this, we're just going to take our little leaf and kind of turn him up a little bit. That's the look I got there. So then let's go ahead, let's get our bow put on, and I will get the glue dots if I can find them. Let's see, here they are right in front of my face. All right, so let's get these. Let's put 3 over here. Okay. And then get our little bow put on. That was just cute. Okay, and let's get our little dimensionals here. We're going to take the very biggest one here, put it right there. Then we're going to take, looks like I may have got 2 big ones on here, but it should be a medium. Let's get the medium-sized one. Got them right here. Looks like I just got 2 of the big ones. All right, so a medium-sized one, and then a small one. Let's put it right there. Okay. And we'll put this one back over here in the package. All right, so now we've got, let's see. Okay, we've got our little dewdrops here that we need to put on. And there's 3 in here, so be careful pulling them out. And we're just going to set these on top of the green so it picks up real good. Get that right there. And we've got one more. We can put it right here on that leaf. Okay. So now we need to take and put this on dimensionals and put it to our card base. I hope you like the way these cards turned out. I thought they turned out really good, and I love the colors in them. I really do love the colors and all of the new products that we've got. I mean, not the new product colors, but the new products. I love the new product colors, the in colors. I think they're great. But all these other bright colors, I guess because it's springtime and everything's just so pretty, just so bright, you know. So let's get this put on here. Get that out of the way. All right, so that's the finished product there on our third card on the front. So let's go to the inside of it. And now, okay, I've got that here. And then to one of the nicest people I know. Let's get put in here. We're just going to set it right in here. And then we're going to put some glue on this. You might need to hold it down for a minute. And let's put some glue on it here. All right, guys, so we're finishing up the third card here. Don't forget, if you place a $50 order with me, I'm giving you till Sunday, which would be, let me check the date to find out when Sunday is. Sunday will be the 19th. So if you place an order with me between now and the 19th, and let me say this, because we have double rewards going on right now, I would definitely make sure I place my order before Friday. Today's Wednesday, so you have through the 17th to get your orders in, and I will be putting those in the mail to you. And like I showed you, everything that I had in those envelopes you will get except for stamped images. So, and you can use your own stamped images, or you can purchase this bundle. And if you already have that bundle, you can get a different type of bundle. So totally up to that. Let's bring our cards back out that we made today. And I just think they turned out very nice. And I hope that you like them. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. And hit that like and subscribe button, please. I would appreciate it. And share my videos. I would love for you to share them. And because I'd love to grow my audience. I enjoy doing this. It brings me so much happiness. I do love making cards. And don't forget, y'all, when you make those cards, send them out to somebody. It might make their day. You don't ever know what people are going through. And everybody's fighting their own battles. And so, you know, you just want to lift people up and just, you know, put a card in the mail to somebody, because it might be that day they really, you know, changes their life. So, all right, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me today, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.